Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we help you get genuinely well-informed. Today, we're diving into electric vehicles. It's such a fast-moving space, right?
Absolutely, changing all the time.
Well, what if one car could just completely reset expectations, for range, tech, and even value?
It's a big claim.
It is. And that's why today we're taking a deep dive into the BMW iX3. We'll look at its whole journey from that first version adapting a petrol platform all the way to this upcoming new class model. It sounds like a potential game changer.
Yeah, our goal here is really to unpack that evolution for you.
Yeah.
See how BMW started with this electric SUV, what they learned, and then look at what's coming. This thing they're betting will really shake up the market.
Okay, so let's start at the beginning then. To understand where they're going, we need to see where they came from. The BMW iX3. Most people know it. Hugely popular SUV.
Right, a cornerstone for them. And the first iX3 was, well, it was essentially that familiar X3 face, but with an electric powertrain swapped in. A way to ease people into EVs using something they already recognized.
Makes sense strategically.
It does. But it also, highlighted the challenges. Adapting an existing combustion engine platform for electric. It's not quite the same as designing electric from scratch. There were compromises.
You could sort of see that in the design, couldn't you? I mean, it looks like an X3,
Yeah,
which was good for familiarity.
definitely. Kept that robust premium feel. But they did add electric-specific touches. The kidney grille was mostly closed off for better aero.
Ah, right. No engine needing cooling.
Exactly. And those special aero wheels, the 19-inch ones, they actually added about 10 kilometers of range themselves. Little blue accents here and there.
Right.
It all helped lower the drag.
And the battery placement
Yeah.
under the floor, right. That must have helped handling.
Big time. Lowered the center of gravity by about 7.5 centimeters compared to the petrol X3. That's significant for stability.
Though I remember reading one source mentioning this big empty space under the bonnet where you'd normally find the engine.
Yeah, the infamous no frunk situation.
Yeah.
It felt like a bit of a missed opportunity, a sign of that adaptation, perhaps. You could have stored cables there easily.
Okay, let's talk powertrain. What was under the skin, so to speak?
It used BMW's 5th-gen eDrive tech. A single motor on the rear axle, so it was rear-wheel drive.
Okay, performance.
Pretty decent. 286 horsepower, 400 newton meters of torque. So you got that instant electric acceleration. 0 to 100 kilometers in about 6.8 seconds.
Respectable. And top speed limited, I assume.
Yep, 180 kilometer.
Yeah.
Plenty for the real world. And despite being an SUV, it handled well, thanks to that low center of gravity and tuned suspension. Felt composed.
Now, efficiency is key in EVs. Did they have any smart tech for that beyond just the battery?
They did, actually. Something
Yeah.
quite clever for the time. An active energy recovery system that used radar and the navigation system to look ahead.
Look at.
They see traffic, junctions, curves, and then it would automatically adjust the regenerative braking level to maximize how much energy it recaptured without you needing to think about it.
That sounds genuinely useful. Smart integration.
It was. So how did that translate into range with that system and the battery?
Well, it had a decent battery, 80 kilowatt-hours gross, about 74 usable. The WLTP range averaged around 322 kilometers.
Okay, so fine for daily driving, maybe shorter trips.
Exactly. Good for commuting, city use, but maybe highlighted the limitations of the platform on longer highway runs where range tends to drop off more.
Right. And charging.
Pretty flexible. AC charging up to 11 kilowatt-hours, so you could charge it overnight at home.
Standard stuff. What about faster charging?
DC fast charging up to 150 kilowatt-hours, which was pretty competitive then. 0 to 80% in about 34 minutes, they said. Or add 100 kilometers in 10 minutes.
Not bad at all. And easy access to different charging networks.
Yeah, being a premium car, it allowed charging from different providers through one account. Added convenience.
Okay, let's step inside. What was the cabin like?
Very X3, mostly. Premium materials, good build quality, but the actual dashboard design was, carried over from the pre-facelift X3. Looked nice, but maybe not super cutting edge even then.
But you still got the tech. Big screens.
Oh yeah. BMW Live Cockpit Professional, 12.3-inch driver display, 10.25-inch central screen, iDrive system, all the usual connectivity, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, OTA updates.
Standard premium fare. But you mentioned something about sound to enhance the premium feel.
Right. This was interesting. They worked with Hans Zimmer, the composer.
Film composer, wow.
Yeah, and Renzo Vitale. They created these unique sounds for the car inside and out, sort of an acoustic feedback for the electric drive, a different take on luxury.
That's different, a cool touch. And practicality. Did it suffer being electric?
Not really. Still had great passenger space. Boot was 510 liters, expanding quite a bit with seats down. And loads of safety tech, adaptive cruise, 360 camera, the works.
It was heavy, though, right? Around 2,300 kilos.
It was. They used adaptive suspension to manage it, keep it comfortable. Though some reviews noted maybe a slight rebound over sharp bumps, and the stability control could be a fraction slow to react sometimes. Again, maybe signs of adapting the platform.
And availability wasn't sold everywhere, was it?
No, mainly Europe and Asia, not North America. It was competing against the Mercedes EQC Audi e-tron back then.
Okay, so a solid first effort. Showed commitment, learned lessons, but maybe showed the limits of adaptation too.
Exactly. Which brings us to the future. The New Class iX3 coming in 2026. This sounds like a completely different beast, a ground-up reinvention.
It really does. And the name New Class or New Class BMW is deliberately referencing their past here.
How so?
The original New Class cars in the 1960s basically saved the company, sporty saloons that redefined BMW. By using that name again, they're signaling just how transformative they expect these new EVs to be, starting with this iX3.
Right, a statement of intent. And it seems to start with the battery tech. This sounds genuinely next level.
It really does. Sixth generation BMW battery tech. New cylindrical cells, like some other big EV players are using.
And the capacity.
Huge. 108.7 kilowatt usable. They reckon these cells hold 20% more energy and charge 30% faster than the ones in the outgoing iX3.
Wow. And it's not just the cells, right? How they're integrated.
Exactly. The battery pack isn't just a separate block anymore. It's built into the car's structure.
Structural battery pack. Okay. Benefits.
Saves space, cuts weight, makes the whole car stiffer, better handling, better efficiency. It unlocks a lot of potential.
And that potential translates into range. The figures sound almost unbelievable.
They are pretty staggering. The WLTP range between 421 and 500 miles.
500 miles.
That's London to Glasgow territory almost on one charge.
Pretty much. If that holds true, it'll be the longest range EV on sale in the UK when it launches. It got an A+ E rating, too.
Incredible. And the charging to back that up, you mentioned faster charging.
Blazing fast. It runs on an 800-volt system like you find in high-end Porsches or Hyundais and Kias. That's the key.
So what kind of peak charging rate are we talking?
Up to 400 kilowatts. That's
Yeah.
faster than almost anything out there right now, matching the very newest Porsches.
400 kilowatts. What does that mean in reality? At a powerful charger. At Infly, adding over 200 miles of range in just 10 minutes. Even on a more common 350 kilowatt charger, you're looking at under 15 minutes for that kind of top-up. Assuming ideal conditions, of course.
That really starts to tackle the charging time concern, doesn't it? Makes long trips much easier.
Absolutely. And they've added smart features, too. Plug and charge ready, so no faffing with cards or apps at compatible stations.
Just plug in and it starts. Nice.
Yeah. And get this, an AI-powered charging flap. It opens automatically when you park at a charger.
Seriously, that's kind of cool, actually. A small detail, but neat.
Adds to that seamless, futuristic feel they seem to be going for.
Okay, performance. The first UK model is the xDrive 50.
Yep. Dual motors, all-wheel drive, 463 brake horsepower.
That sounds punchy. 0-60.
0-62 miler into 4.9 seconds. Quick enough for an SUV. But reports suggest the focus isn't just raw power, but smoothness. Really well-calibrated accelerator response. Precise, not jerky. And the motors themselves are new.
Brand new design. More efficient, and crucially, they don't use any rare earth metals. That's a big deal environmentally and for supply chains.
Definitely. Now, you mentioned something about a heart of joy. It sounds very BMW.
It does, doesn't it? It's basically one central computer controlling everything related to driving dynamics.
Everything. Like what?
Motors, torque split, traction control, stability control, regen braking, friction brakes, steering assist, all of it.
Okay, so instead of separate systems talking to each other, it's one brain making instant decisions.
Exactly. Should make it feel incredibly cohesive and react much faster. Reviews from early drives say it feels nimble, more like a hatchback than a big SUV. Comfortable suspension too, absorbent, but not floaty.
And braking, you mentioned regen.
Apparently, almost all your braking is done by regeneration, which is great for efficiency, obviously. But it also means it comes to a stop really smoothly. No sudden jolts.
Sounds refined. And driver aids. Present, but subtle. They don't interfere unless needed. The self-parking system is supposedly very impressive. Easy, quick, and smooth. But BMW isn't pushing self-driving hype. Sensible approach.
Right. Now, the interior. This sounds like a massive change, pared back and minimal.
Totally different. Forget the traditional dashboard layout. No instrument binnacle behind the steering wheel.
No dials. What's there instead?
A panoramic vision display. It's a thin screen running right across the base of the windscreen. Shows key driving info, plus customizable widgets. Everyone in the car can see it.
Whoa, okay. And the main infotainment.
A big, sort of hexagonal touchscreen in the middle, angled towards the driver for easy reach, fast responsive system apparently. And yeah, the iDrive click wheel, gone.
Wow, that's a huge departure for BMW. End of an era.
It is. The whole vibe is meant to be much more modern, less
I mean,
traditionally masculine, maybe.
and tech features, backed, I assume.
Oh yeah. Phone is key, tons of apps, Disney Plus, Zoom calls, audio only when driving, thankfully.
Good, good.
Wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto projecting to the head-up display, over-the-air updates for everything. It's fully connected.
Sounds impressive. But is it still practical? It's an SUV after all.
Seems like it. Rear passenger space is apparently comparable to the current X5, which is a class above, so very roomy for its size.
And the boot.
Good size. 520 liters. Seats fold flat, 4/6/40/40 split, giving you 1,750 liters. Very usable.
And the frunk situation, please tell me.
Yes. A frunk. A decent size one, too. 58 liters. Perfect for cables or wet gear.
Finally. Okay, that's a win. Towing, roof rack.
All possible. Standard auto tailgate, roof rack compatible, optional electric tow bar up to 2 tons. Picks the practicality boxes.
Okay, now, the price. This is where it gets really interesting, right? The initial UK model, the iX3 50X drive, starts from $58,755.
Yep. Up to about 62,755 for the higher trim. And the truly remarkable thing is,
It's cheaper than the old one.
significantly, about 7,000 pounds cheaper for the entry point compared to the outgoing iX3, for a car that's vastly superior in every measurable way.
So you get 500 miles range potential, 400 kilowatt charging, totally new tech, and it costs less.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
It instantly makes it, according to our sources, the most range for the money in the UK, by
Yes.
quite some margin in the premium segment.
That's a mic drop moment, isn't it? And is the base model stripped out?
Doesn't sound like it. Comes with 20-inch wheels, that cool dashboard lighting, heated electric seats, adaptive cruise. It's well-equipped right from the start.
Wow. Okay, so stepping back, this Neue Klasse isn't just an update, it's a fundamental reset.
Absolutely. It shows BMW took the lessons from the first iX3, waited, developed this completely new platform and tech, and are now making a massive leap. It's a purpose-built EV, leveraging all the advantages that bring.
The difference in specs range, charging between the old and new, is just night and day. Shows how fast EV tech is moving.
It really does. And that price drop, that's the killer move. It puts huge pressure on rivals. Cars like the Audi Q6 e-tron, Mercedes EQE SUV, even the Tesla Model Y and Polestar 3, suddenly they look potentially pricey or dated by comparison before this even hits the road.
It feels like BMW is really trying to control the whole package here. The hardware, the software, the experience, like Apple does with its products.
That's a good analogy. Aiming for that seamless, integrated experience that's hard to beat when done right. The implications for the whole market are potentially huge.
So, boiling it down, what does this all mean for you, the listener? It means the next wave of EVs is bringing capability range, charging speed that was almost unthinkable a few years ago, and maybe, just maybe, at a more accessible price point than we expected.
Yeah, the bar is being raised significantly, which leads to the big question. How are competitors going to respond? BMW has thrown down the gauntlet here.
It really feels like the premium electric SUV race is about to get incredibly interesting, which ultimately should be great news for buyers. Better cars, potentially better value.
Definitely something to watch closely.
It certainly gives us a lot to think about and look forward to for 2026. If you want to stay across developments like this and hear more deep dives, make sure you follow our channel so you don't miss out on future episodes.
Absolutely. Keep an eye on this space. The ripples from this Neue Klasse could reshape things for years to come.